My first idea when I paint is have the pleasure of create something with my hands and give food from my house. That is the first. The comfort of my young sons and my wife. That is the first. Everything begins with my passion by fishing. Be a fisherman is the things that I really love. So I bring over there I learn, I have a lot of technical experience, a life experience with the fishes, with the fishermen, with the environment over there. And after that, bring that here and traduce that to metaphors over this old piece of woods that would belong to the boats, to the bridges. In the sea, the fishermen always recyclate the wood. The wood always have life, you know. And here, these works have that energy, and is that what I'm trying to do? Preserve that energy and transform that energy to a speech, universal speech. The words have the aesthetic of the heraldic souls, soul of arms, a word, a very symmetric imagine, a very synthetic idea. But I changed that important words about blood or about lands, about families, by these coming works using for everybody and everywhere. And that works are very strong because have a very strong representation, and sometimes we lose the view of that because we are working or we don't have time for analysis. I try to make that small time, that small space for recreate and think about the small things of life, because all the life is building by small things, in my opinion. It's that very good.
How long have you been painting?
I have 39 years old now. I began to study in one school, professional school of art, here in the city of Trinidad, when I have 14 years old. I studied by 5 years, 6 years in that school, and after that I continued painting. Professionally, first more difficult because I paint for other people, and I passed through many styles, studying different styles, portraits, landscapes. But in the last 10 years, 15 years, I begin to make this work. In one point of my life, I lost the direction and I was painting portraits, but I lost the love for what I do. And I was in a very unstable moment, you know, very difficult moment. And thanks to one friend of mine who teach me a very simple question. When you are very deep, in a very deep place, when you don't know where you're going, the first things you need to do is find what is the really things you love. When you find that, take that way. Well, I love fishing, so it's don't was very difficult. First, I make oils on canvas. After that, I make drawings. Later, I make some sculptures, and later I find the material, and I am in the process yet. Maybe in the future I pretend paint over the seals of boats and interchanging everything. I don't know if in the end I finish painting on canvas on traditional materials, but nowadays I feel very well working in this.
I'm just going to move this a little closer. That's better. Does your painting have any religious influence, do you think?
Yes. It's very close to the religion. My formation when I was child, I begin like many Occidental people very close to the church. My mother leads me to the church, like many mothers in the world, they his sons. And that idea is always over there. Now, with my age, I think about God in a different way, a different way. But exists. It's very strong, the influence of the religion, because the moral and the ethic codes behind my paintings always turn around the right things and the correct in general.
Does music have any impact on your art?
Yes, yes. The music have impact over me more than nothing, because I love hear music, and the music go at the same time like my paintings. It's very important. I love the music. I have a guitar in my studio, a trumpet in my house. I always my first dreams was be a good musician. After my sons comes, when born my first and my second son, I stopped because it's too fast. And when I take the guitar for playing, my comes on, Papa left me, and I stop again. So I say, well, painting, and I move.
Do you have any favorite painters that influenced you?
Well, the thing what I love from the painters around is a lot of small codics. It's not something specifically. Some paintings, I love some painters like Rembrandt, for example, or like Velázquez, Diego Velázquez, is a Spanish painter, or Sorolla, about his techniques, about the way of they paint. I feel some attraction too about the modern styles of work, of painting. Is more about the conceptual works, because that helped me very much in my work when I use different materials, and my titles have a speech around one idea directly or not directly. It's very confusing. Usually what I try to do is don't see very much art, because in my opinion, my personal opinion, the influence and excessive influence of different artists can make you lost the way. So I try to be the more personal that I can be, and begin to lose the connection with the rest of art. Be more connected with my work and with my passions.
Do you still fish or go out with fishermen?
Every time when I can, I go to fish. Usually I fish for pleasure and for preserve this spirit, and for give more strong or for find new ideas for work. And sometimes I go to fish by necessity, because like I explained to you, be painting is a hard work. So in some time of year I don't sell paintings, so I need go and fish. Fishing, leave fish from house for it, sold a small quantity of fishes, and I survive.
Do you usually fish in a boat, or do you fish from the land?
Yeah, I have a small boat in La Boca. It's a town close of here, and I go out and fish with friends, sometimes alone, and it's the best experience that I have.
And when you're out there on the water fishing, do these ideas sometimes come to you for a painting? Or
Sometimes.
Or is it sort of subconscious?
It's subconscious, I think. Usually my ideas come when I sit into work. Usually, sometimes in other moment, one idea coming, and I trying to find a piece of paper for represent that and later work. But usually all this experience in the sea coming to my subconscious, and after that I can take out for express what I'm trying to do.
I think you're 14 kilometers from the sea here, eh? The beach.
The beach is very close. From La Boca, 6 kilometers from this place. Ancon is other beach. And Casilda is 4 or 5 kilometers. It's not.
Oh, it's not far at all.
It's very close.
I just thought maybe would you prefer to live right on the water?
That can be great, but dangerous, because if I stay so close to the sea, maybe I don't pay more. I only fish.
In other words, when you're a bit away, do you miss the sea? You cannot go. It's not far, but it's far enough. So
Sometimes
do you wake up in the morning and have to go fishing or something?
the life is like that. Sometimes, usually the people cannot do what they want. So sometimes I wake up. I say I'm going to fish 2 days past tomorrow, but the next day my small son wake up with fever, or I need come to work because some client is in the gallery, and they say, well, no, I cannot do it. It's
What
normal.
does your family think about your work? Your mother, your father, your wife, your children? Do they
like it.
understand?
Yeah, they understand. My wife don't understand how or why in my house is full of roads for fishing or hooks in everywhere. She don't understand that, but I try to teach, to show her how important it is for me. I live with all the things around, because that help me to continue creating.
Do the school children come and visit you?
Yeah, sometimes in this park, from my gallery, in this park, many children come every day to play, and I have one school very close to here, and many children come and ask me how I paint, why I do it, and they and I try to give the best my best message to them. I'm sorry for my English.
Are there many artists like you in Trinidad?
Many artists. I know this city was very important because 10 years ago the school was open, and come many people from other cities from Cuba, and they, like me, I come from Cienfuegos. I born in a small town in Cienfuegos, and the country. And many people come, and was a very important place culturally. 10 years ago, finished the school. Nowadays, many artists like me stay in the city yet, because first, it's a beautiful place, and second, it's a good place for make career. You know? We have the option here for have contact with different people like you, who can show your work to other places and make promotion. So it's the best place.
What do fishermen think about your paintings?
Usually the fishermen don't know me like painter. They know me like a fisherman, other fisherman, and that is lovely, because sometimes the best way to make more big and more strong your work is be far of your own work.
Separated.
Preserve that distance is very important.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for young Cuban children that want to be painters? What advice would you give them?
Well, the best what I can do is tell him to they be happy, because don't matter if they going to be painters or architects or actors, or don't matter what. The more important is be happy. You know, preserve that happiness. The child usually don't need many; they have everything. We have problems, but they don't need nothing. Usually, what I do is ask to him things, because they teach more than I think. Yeah.
I know in the West, in Canada, people don't love their work, and they just work for money to buy things they don't need, and they're not happy. So I agree with you. It's very important to, life is very short. So you, with the time you have, the short time you have, it's important to do what you love to do.
Sure, sure.
So you're one of the lucky ones.
I am not very lucky. Very, very lucky because this is a perfect moment of my life. The only things that can change this pleasure is the help of my sons. Because the politics is not perfect in any world. Anybody in any world, nobody is happy with the things they have.
Did you say that again because the motorcycle went by?
Yeah. The only things that can push me out of this moment of pleasure is the help of my sons. First and nothing, and anymore. Because the rest is not so important. The politics, nobody is happy in any world with the things they have. Nobody is completely happy with the things they have. But the solution of that is my work. When I make a work, I express over there my unconformity, and when somebody comes and enjoy that and understand that, one cycle is closed, and other idea, or the problem, or the situation, and always is like that.